We're back. Time for another edition of the Carolina Insider. It is Thursday. Maybe out there driving on the roads this Thursday. You know where we're driving? Right here through the Social Drive, presented by Reed's Jewelers. Hope you're not watching us while you're driving on the road. That would be dangerous. If you close, that's like closing your eyes and driving down a football field.
Don't do that.
Yeah. We got a lot to talk about Tar Heel wise as we go through social media. Let's get started with some basketball news. And Adam, several Tar Heels ended up being on the move in the NBA trade deadline. Probably most notably was Cam Johnson, part of that Kevin Durant trade that sent Durant to the Suns. Cam ends up moving from the Suns to the Nets, and he has started well here in his first couple games with Brooklyn.
Going to have the opportunity to play a lot for Brooklyn and be impactful in what's an important time for him because he needs a new contract after this season. You see Cam Johnson right here wearing number 2, Jones? He had to change numbers when he left the Suns. The numbers he really wanted weren't available, so he let his dog pick. And his dog selected number 2, which ended in an assist, so obviously it worked.
Good defense and an assist there, so good job. Danny Green's still making it happen in the NBA. He went from Memphis to Houston, but then his contract was bought out, so he re-signs with the Cavaliers. And I say re-signs because look at this, back in standard definition days and Dancing Danny Green days, he played for Cleveland for a season or two. That was back in the 2010 time period. There he is dancing, I guess, with LeBron. Is that LeBron? Looks like it's with the LeBron.
That was back in 1922, according to this footage. It's incredible to think of all that Danny Green's been through since that footage.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been to the G League. He's been overseas. He's won NBA championships. He's been one of the most sought-after veterans at the trade deadline. Just a storybook career for Danny Green that continues on now in Cleveland.
Let's move from NBA basketball to college basketball, and Carolina hosted Clemson this past weekend. Nice win for the Tar Heels on Saturday, taking home the 20-point victory. And Adam, there's a connection with Carolina and Clemson. There you see a tweet from Wes Durham. Of course, Wes, broadcaster for the ACC, was the radio voice for Georgia Tech for a long time, now does a ton of stuff, of course, with the conference. Wes's son, Will, who is Woody Durham's grandson, is the graduate manager for Clemson men's basketball. And a nice tip of the cap from Will there. You can see it on the picture on the right side. Tip of the cap to Woody as he on his board that he holds and takes some notes and does things for the Clemson staff during the game.
This was my favorite thing of the weekend. It restored just a little bit of faith in the ACC right there. Look, we're foes on game day, but there's still just a little tradition and connection there that makes your heart a little warmer.
Great to see Will. I know, of course, the team that he wanted to win didn't get the result that particular day, but great to see him this past weekend. Let's go from Will to Wes. Not Wes Durham, Wes Miller. He's, of course, the head coach of the Cincinnati Bearcats, former Tar Heel player. And, Adam, this was good stuff here this past weekend. So Wes's team got a great win this past weekend.
Wes looks excited about
he looks excited about the victory. So you got to just look at the tweet for a second. Wes, in his post-game, talking about one of his players having a big game via assist, had 9 assists in the game. He mentions Tyler Hansbrough. You see Tyler's response. Let's just hear what Wes had to say.
3 out of 4, 9 assists. I'm glad you guys are talking about it. You should be. Heck no. And I got to throw the ball to Tyler Hansbrough and still never had 9 assists in a game. And he was never going to pass it, and so I had some chances.
So, Adam, I got to say, accurate by Wes Miller. Tyler Hansbrough wasn't passing that ball out once, nor should he. All-time leading scorer in Tar Heel history. Why would he pass it?
Nor would Wes have thrown it to Tyler 9 times. Wes was open.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't pass it. He's open right here on the wing for a three-pointer. You don't pass that up. It's worth 3.
Speaking of Cincinnati and that game, a couple former Tar Heels went to go support their former teammate. There's Bobby Fraser and Marcus Ginyard. That's Preston Puckett, who was a manager here at Carolina during that time period as well. Great to see them supporting their friend and former teammate.
And Cincinnati got it rolling. I mean, that's a nice arena you can see there. It's full for Cincinnati basketball. That's a town that really likes their basketball and has really taken to Wes Miller.
Of course, the head coach of that team was Roy Williams. And Adam, Coach Williams making I think an unexpected appearance during one of the Super Bowl commercials. I think this was for WRAL, if I'm not mistaken. I love that still shot of Coach Williams dressed up as Rameses for this commercial.
What an incredible reveal.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear about surprising Super Bowl commercials. I couldn't have been more surprised, A, that Rameses was going to take his head off.
Yeah,
and
that's
B,
rule number one as a mascot. Leave your head on.
Underneath the costume.
Don't lose your head.
Would be Roy Williams wearing the Rameses suit. So I'm interested to talk to him and see what he thought of that experience.
On the audio version of the podcast, Adam brought up the Carolina Cups, the cups that you get in arena, and kind of asked about, do they still do these? And, Adam, he gets confused real easily. And so folks started sending us their Carolina Cup collection. And Adam, there's some impressive ones here. Let's start with Mary Mercer. Yeah, she's got one. She's got one right there at her, looks like her office. She's going to do a little work with her big Carolina Cup. Let's go to C. Chip Perrin. Look, that's an old school one, Adam, 1982. That's a good one right there.
I really like that one, only partially because I pretty much remember those cups and also because I would drink out of that right now. I don't care that it's 40 years old.
And our good friend Comrade Doggo. Look at that, he's serious about his cups.
I like that collection. It looks like he has almost all of them, but he's mad he missed out on the aluminum ones during the COVID year.
Look at this.
Sorry, Comrade Doggo.
Yeah. What's in these? You'll never know.
Another day at the social drive.
We're going green with our aluminum cups here on the social drive. Adam, we had a lot of arms crossed serious face photos, particularly in the Clemson game. Had one during Miami as well, but we captured these from Clemson first. Ben Meredith and his son. That's a good one. We're all looking pretty serious. You can barely see Adam. He's hidden there in the back. And then also Yogi Gill came to see us as well and got a good arms crossed serious face. We did well on those.
That was a good collection of arms crossed serious face pictures. We did good work. And it's been nice to meet some folks who have made the pod an important part of their Tar Heel fandom. And it's always great to hear from them and see them at the games.
All right, busy couple days coming up. Don't forget, big women's basketball matchup tonight in Raleigh. That is 8 o'clock this evening. And then on the men's side, they're heading over to Raleigh as well. That is Sunday at 1 p.m. So a lot of action. That's just basketball. If you were with us on Tuesday, you know a ton of stuff going on around Carolina athletics over the next couple of days. We'll have all of that wrapped up for you next week and a lot more next time we see you on the Carolina Insider.